welcome back to the Riri Show. This has been a long-awaited episode. I'm so excited about this. I usually start with a lovely introduction of my guest, but this particular guest needs absolutely no introduction. So please welcome Tyler, Chico, Crypto. Hello.
Hey, Riri. Thank you so much for having me on the channel. Has been a long time coming. We've been planning this for how long now? A month or two?
a while. I was gonna say we've been back and forth for a while, but I think we both have just been so incredibly busy, but I'm so happy to finally have you on. So this is fantastic. I appreciate you.
Of course. I'm excited to let your community in on the Chico story and more.
Yes, and more, and the community is excited about you. So this will be fantastic. So Tyler, like, just to start, you and me have had quite a few conversations now about kind of the wild ride that's gone on in this space, and it's no secret that you've had a long and wild ride on the journey of crypto so far. But I'd love to just hear a little bit about it before we get really into things. I do have a little bit some heavier questions for you, so hopefully you stick it out with me. But you are currently in, and from what I understand, have grown up in a place called Chico, California, hence the name, right? Chico.
Yep. That's where the name comes from. Yep.
Yes, I was quite shocked to find that out the first time. And now crypto doesn't care where you are from, is generally like fairly universal. But how does someone from a town of less than really 100,000 people like yourself branch out to be, this incredibly social, outgoing media personality? Like, how did your show come about and what led you here?
It's an interesting story. So 2012, probably, I first heard about Bitcoin, and I was a Reddit user, and I was on one of the financial subreddits, and the person was talking about it in the comments. And so it intrigued me, and I started diving down into it. But then the more I looked at it, I was like, internet money, no way, just like everyone when they first hear about Bitcoin. I mean, if you dismiss it, I dismissed it. And I think it was trading at around like $15 a coin. And I kind of forgot about it, but then it popped up again, and I looked at it and it was trading at like $150. And I was like, oh man. And this was, a year later. So I decided, to invest back in 2013 November for my very first time. And I had to borrow the money from my grandpa, rest in peace. He unfortunately just passed away. Yeah. But he was the one who let me borrow all the money to get in. So I got in, I borrowed like $5,000 from him, was able to get a good amount of Bitcoin. And in a couple months after I bought, it jumped all the way to $1,200 from the $200 buy-in. So I got to experience a bull run like right away, like crazy. I was shocked and paid my grandpa back, and he was just shocked as me. He was like, what'd you get into, Tyler? This is crazy. But after that, within a few months after that, it crashed. So it went all the way back down to where I bought, and even a little bit below. So I still held the Bitcoin, but I was kind of got disinterested, because I was just like, this isn't probably going to come back. So I went and did my college, got the good job. I finished my master's degree, got my good job and everything. And basically, the market started rebounding, and I hated my job. I hated, the desk job, climbing that corporate ladder. It was terrible. And as I saw the markets rebounding at my job, I was like, okay, there's something here, and then it crossed the old all-time high once again, 1,200. And that's when I was like, oh baby, it's back on. This is really going to do it again. And so I decided to, before I decided to quit my job, I actually went on YouTube and I looked at all the content creators that were popular, and I was like, I know more than these guys. Like, why don't I just start a YouTube channel? And that's when I decided to do it. And if you look back at my first videos, it's so embarrassing. I was terrible. I didn't know what I was doing. I was nervous. My voice shook, and it just took some time, to become what I am today. I wasn't as good as a researcher. I didn't know as much, but over these past 5 years, I've really grown into myself as one of the top quality researchers in the space. And yeah, I'm going to be around probably in crypto forever now.
Yeah, well, absolutely. I hope so. I was going to say it's pretty special to look back. Like sometimes you look back at old videos and you're like, it makes you nervous and you're like, ooh, I really hate that I was like that. But then, another part of you, like you have to look back at those videos and be proud of yourself. Like there's very few people that have accomplished what you've accomplished so far. Like that's got to feel really good. And the other thing I wanted to say is my deepest condolences for your grandpa, but it is so special to be able to have grandparents that support that kind of thing and that have, encouraged. And I know you guys were really close. So that's special for me to hear. And I love my grandparents dearly. So yeah, my condolences and all the love to the amazing grandparents out there that support.
I'm going to miss them. But I'm going to show really quick. This tattoo is for my grandpa. It has a Bitcoin symbol right there.
Oh my God, so cool.
He was a pilot in the Army back in 40s. Yeah.
That's so cool. So that's a fresh tat too.
No, it's actually like a year and a half old.
Okay, nice.
Yeah.
Oh, what a special way to remember. I love that.
Yep.
I have a whole series of tattoos from different memories and moments of my life, some good, some bad.
So you got a special treat. You got some Chico skin.
I got some Chico skin. You guys, we're gonna have to rate this episode. Not for kids on the YouTube link.
No way.
Absolutely. I think something about you, which I personally really love, and that is very apparent, is that you are you're not just an all about crypto type of guy. You do let us into your lifestyle a little bit, and you're quite the family man. We just talked about this. You're also a dog dad to lovely Hank and actually cat dad too to Wayne.
Yes.
But what does Chico do outside of crypto? Like what do you do? Like when you're on your off day, you're just chilling. What's your day?
Well, I mean, I do a few different things. I'm a big outdoors person. And that's weird because crypto keeps me inside, Before actually, I had my old job, my master's degree job. I lived in Yellowstone for a year. This was before crypto. Yeah. Lived in Yellowstone National Park for a year. Did a bunch of hiking, survival stuff out there. I mean, I love the outdoors. So hiking, snowboarding, snowshoeing, cliff jumping, swimming. I mean, one thing I would love to do if I wasn't doing crypto is gold prospecting and gold mining. Yeah.
Oh, that would be so cool. You're an adrenaline junkie. I'm afraid of heights, so I can't do the cliff jumping.
Oh, I love jumping off a cliff. I'm actually afraid of heights too. I shake up there, but you just got to go 1, 2, 3, go.
Well, that says a lot about your entry into crypto too. Like you're good at just, jumping into it. And I think that's admirable for sure. Like, not letting your fears really get the best of you, but
you got to trust your gut.
That's a big part of it. If you have a trustworthy gut, that is though.
That's true. That's true.
And so all that being said, obviously, is there then a healthy work-life balance? I mean, you probably put out more content than anyone I've seen. I mean, you do all these episodes and none of them are a shortcoming. They all have, such extensive research behind them and all this other stuff. So you must spend, hours, days, weeks preparing for all of this. Does it ever get overwhelming for you?
Yes. And I mean, I'm an open book. Like on my channel, I let people know if I'm feeling bad, I've broken down a few times just from stress, from the constant grind. But it's my passion, so I take a week off, take a couple weeks off and I get back and I miss it, I think that's just one of the things. I mean, being a YouTube creator, especially once you get to, a level where it's paying full time for your, everything, there's a lot of pressure to keep that going, especially when you have employees too. So taking that break because the YouTube algorithm, it's people say if you're a YouTuber, you're your own boss. No, the YouTube algorithm is your boss. It's literally, it's your boss. If you take a week off, it punishes you. If you take 2 weeks off, it punishes you. I've done it before, you know, and you don't come back the same. You can grind and get back to your level, but it, you know, takes a while. So, I mean, one of the last times I broke down, and I took one of my longest breaks back in December through January, my views are still not the same. If you look at my analytics, it just went down. I'm starting to rebound right now, but it's taken about 3 to 4 months.
Yeah, it is a lot of pressure. And I think, I don't know, you know, I don't know how many people realize that. And I don't know that I even pay attention to whether people realize that, but it really is, as you said, it's like the algorithm is your boss. And there is the, you know, this extensive amount of pressure to almost perform, you know what I mean? And I think, you know, I'm nothing compared to what you've done. And I already,
you will be.
I don't know. We'll see. But, I mean, I even feel like, you know, little amounts of pressure here or there, like, you know, like, oh my God, I haven't been online in a little bit, or, you know, it is that kind of feeling. It's a little odd, but you also have to take care of yourself. So, and I'm the worst person to say that because, I slept 2 hours last night. I'm on a ton of caffeine. So don't say as I do, and not as, or say as I do as I say, not as I do. I think that's the expression.
Yeah. So I've actually told myself here recently, within the past year, if I wanted week off, I'm taking it. I don't care. You know, I used to really care. And I think that's what got into my head, you know. So this year I'm taking weeks off. It doesn't matter. YouTube algorithm can suck it.
Yeah, good for you. I think we're all happy with that too. I mean, there's nothing, you know, we want the people that we watch and that we connect with too, to be healthy. So I think that's great and good for you.
Health is more important than wealth.
Health is more, I thought you started with wealth. I was like, oh, wealth is nice.
No, health.
But yes, I agree. Health is more important than wealth every time. And you did mention actually something that was kind of interesting, because I think, you know, so often we all rely on you for these crypto episodes, but you did go to university, which was interesting. And but do you think that government or private education is like a necessity to succeed? Because I think a lot of people feel the pressure that, you know, in order to succeed, you often see these extensive backgrounds of people that are successful, and there is all this education underneath. But do you disagree or agree with that statement?
It depends on the type of person, in my opinion. If you're a person that likes structure, you know, college, university, it gives you, you know, that structure that some people crave and need. I'm the type of person who didn't need it, even though I went because, like you said, I was told I needed to. You know, I was told if I didn't go get a degree, you know, I was going to become a plumber. Well, a plumber makes a lot of money, you know. So in my personal opinion, you don't have to. I mean, but it depends on what type of person you are. If you're a self-starter, you're creative, you know, you want to own your own business, then you don't need to go to college. No. But if you're a person who likes structure, you want to, you know, get a job, you know, that has the desk, you know, then yeah, go to college, you know. If you want to shoot for the stars, I mean, college, in my opinion, is just a way to become mediocre, you know.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah, just get that, because the corporate ladder sucks, you know. That's one of the reasons why I dropped out, is because I didn't want to, you know, just have a $125,000 job that sucked the life out of me. You know, why not shoot for $1 million and have fun while doing it?
Yeah, 100%. And I think what's really cool too about, you know, the day and age that we're in now is there's a lot of information that you can find online, whereas before it was a little more difficult, right? So there's a lot more education and I mean, YouTubers too.
Yeah,
you do have to be careful where you get your information, but there is a lot more information circulating. So I think it can be a little easier now to kind of educate yourself, but you're right. It depends on your, I guess, how self-driven you are.
You want to know a funny story? Was my old high school, they know I'm a YouTuber, so I got invited by the principal to their career day. and set up a booth and everything to speak to the high school students. And I was telling all of them not to go to college. They had their parents with them and stuff, and their parents were like, you don't go to college, become a YouTuber.
They're like,
no, don't do that.
That's hilarious. Yeah. Oh my God, that cracks me up. They must have loved you.
Oh yeah. No, a lot of the kids, I was one of the more popular booths. A lot of kids want to become YouTubers nowadays. Yeah. It's a dream job for them.
I think it does look like a dream job to the population. And I mean, that's why it's fantastic that you love it so much, but it's also good to hear about, that there's nothing in life that doesn't come with some hard work,
Oh yeah.
Nothing's glamorous always, right? So
yeah, no, YouTube is a more than full-time job. Yeah, it is. It's the research, the content production, setting up the content, interviews, it can take up your whole day.
Yeah, it really truly can, your whole day, your whole life, really.
Yep.
But anyways, I think what I'm really excited to talk to you about is let's pick Chico's brain while we have him here, because we are in a bit of a lull in the market right now. Some major bear vibes happening. So I do want to spend a little bit of time talking about Bitcoins in general, crypto stuff, the markets, etc. So something I actually did see recently was the infamous Mark Cuban, going through, I think he made a post, something about how this was the lull, basically, that the internet went through, right? And essentially saying, in my interpretation, is that, the low before the high. And given the extreme fear and low market sentiment, is this something you ultimately believe, in your opinion? And do we have long to wait before we see, a recovery and beyond?
Well, I'm a big believer in the Bitcoin cycles because I've been around too. Went through the 2013, 2014 cycle, and I've been through the 2017, 2018 cycle. It's actually not going to be that much based on cycles. It's not going to be that much longer until we hit the low. It's going to be very devastating. And a lot of people are going to, capitulate. Like around September, I've predicted that we will see the bottom of the markets, but it's only going to be on the up and up from there. It's slowly going to go up, and it's going to take, another year probably until we see 40,000 Bitcoin again. But I'm having a prediction by 2023, the end of December is when we're going to be in the heat of the bull market again. And I predict 100,000 Bitcoin and beyond for that cycle. I mean, it is a lull, this is the build time for the projects. A lot of the crap will get wiped out as, the liquidity dries up. It happened in 2017 and even happened in 2014, 2013, but on a smaller scale. The scale just keeps getting larger and larger. So, those projects that are, fundamentally critical to blockchain, infrastructure projects are going to see extreme gains, in my opinion, come 2020 into 2022 into 2023.
Yeah, and I think we are really seeing, that shift of, I hate the word investors, but really that shift in what projects people are choosing to support because of that as well, right? So that's going to be a really interesting thing. And I have heard you say before, actually, you did say, you're like, I think the next bull run is going to be, 100,000 Bitcoin, but, it's, I think what's tough is even hearing these things, you get your hopes up, and controlling emotions is kind of hard in crypto as well. But yeah, it's nice to kind of set some goals for yourself, etc. But anyways, when we talk assets, real estate, stocks, gold, silver, Bitcoin is scarce, right? Very scarce, and actually very scarce in comparison, which ultimately does make it more desirable. And although, you make videos from your research about the highs and the lows of more recent Bitcoin stuff and the long-term strategy, you really do believe that there's no bad time to buy Bitcoin? Or is it one of those things where you have a strategy, where you're watching the charts and only buying at certain times? Or is there really no bad time to buy Bitcoin?
Well, it actually, if you look at the charts, only within the past year has there been a bad time to buy Bitcoin. If you would have bought through 2009 to 2021, or halfway through 2021, you're in the money right now. You're up. And the same thing actually happened in 2017 before we started on the up and up. We're a little under a year right now, but there was a full year, in 2017 where it was a bad time to buy Bitcoin. So in my opinion, it's not really ever a bad time to buy Bitcoin. Of course, you don't want to buy the peaks, but that's just short term. Bitcoin in the long term, it's going to keep going and going. Like, I have a strong prediction, and I even said this when I first got involved and I really understood Bitcoin, that one Bitcoin will hit $1 million. It will.
I think so. That's a big statement for sure.
Oh yeah, no, I firmly believe that. And probably not this cycle, of course, in the next one we're going through, and probably not the next one, but I would say by 2032, we'll be at 1 million of Bitcoin.
As long as I'm young enough to enjoy it still. So
yeah. Yeah, no, I mean, if you just think about it, like literally there are 42 million millionaires in the United States or in the world. So every millionaire is going to want to own one whole Bitcoin, as it's going to be seen as a power symbol, So that alone, in my opinion, is going to drive up the price to $1 million.
100%. And I think a lot of those people too are very insightful on the future, right? Like, not a lot of them are there just for short term. They want, lifelong and generational type wealth. So I think their knowledge is pretty on the dot with that as well.
Exactly.
Yeah. And I think people too, like namely, I think the naysayers, like we often talk, and we are right now, talking about the currency side of things, and how it doesn't, a lot of them say it doesn't solve any problems for them and blah, blah, blah. But when we look at, blockchain as a whole, right, we are talking about the advancement of really an incredible push in technology as well. It's not just a currency, right? So what do you think about that? Is the general population kind of, missing the point and only viewing this through a currency mind frame? Because there's a whole other technology advancement that happens with this, right?
Yeah. Yeah, no, the general population, I mean, it's just going to take time, just like the internet, a lot of people, even my grandma, she's using the internet right now with her smartphone, but she doesn't even know what she's using, and that's what I feel about when we see full mass adoption, is people are going to be using blockchain and crypto without even knowing they're using it. It's just going to be part of, infrastructure that either comes out or they're used to, maybe Visa, changes their payment rails from the Swift network to a blockchain based one using USDC. They're going to be using crypto without even knowing they're using it.
Right. And so do you think then it will be something easier than what it is now? Because I think, like, a lot of my worry with adoption always comes from, like, it's difficult to learn how to use it and where to do it, how to do it, where to store it, all this stuff that comes along with it. And, especially with a lot of, the elder population, that's a tough thing. But
oh yeah,
could it be as easy as just, your bank system changes and now we're doing things off of blockchain?
Exactly. That's what's going to happen. I mean, blockchain is more efficient than Swift. It's hands down. Eventually, Swift will be replaced by a blockchain-based system. And I hope it's a decentralized one, but as you know, they're pushing CBDCs and their own permissioned networks, which I don't like.
Yeah. 100%. Hey, well, if they do that and they're shady, we know that Chico Crypto, Mr. Tyler, will expose them.
Yes, so. I will. No doubt about it.
Yeah, totally. Not so bad. But we are, I mean, ultimately, we are living in a very inflationary environment outside of crypto, and things are getting dangerous. Actually, I think that's even an understatement. We're really seeing the effects now. I think we were talking about it getting dangerous before, and now we're really seeing, the effects of it. We're seeing a lot of people affected. Do you think it will get much worse before we start seeing the ultimate collapse, or are we in the collapse now? Is it happening? I mean, there's been wars, pandemics, excessive money printing. Like, can we go further?
Well, what you want to know, it's funny, when the Rona virus first came out, I made videos that saying inflation was going to be coming because they started doing their QE, quantitative easing, turning on the money printers. And I got so much hate from people saying, no way, we're going to go into a deflationary environment. Well, no, inflation came and it's come here big time. I have a feeling it's probably going to get worse, in my opinion. The Fed is in a very tight spot. I mean, governments across the globe are in a very tight spot. They've opened a Pandora's box, basically. They can't turn off the money printers without crashing the economy, and they can't not crash the it's like a catch-22. They're cornered right now. Fiat currencies are on their way down. A lot of people have theories that this was done on purpose, so the great reset could happen, so fiat currencies do die and then they implement their CBDCs. So I hope that's not the case, but it's possible. But I have a feeling it's going to get a lot worse before it gets any better.
Totally. That's actually, I'm of the same opinion there too, which I don't like admitting because I don't want to put that out there, but definitely I think, it's been rough, and it's going to be more rough. So,
oh yeah.
But I mean, all the more reason for me to believe in what I believe in and push for blockchain. So, I mean, I'm still here. I'm going to be here through bear and bull. So
well, I've said this too, like when the whole the great collapse happens, it's gonna take down Bitcoin, in my opinion, with it, and the crypto markets. But like a phoenix that rises from the ashes, this is where Bitcoin is going to shine as people lose complete faith in centralized systems and governments, and they look to the decentralized option.
Well, yeah, and the only other really viable option, really, like
exactly.
What a lot of people are saying too, like, I don't know what you think about this, but a lot of people are saying the multi-year bear cycles are dead now. Would you agree with that?
Yeah, but no at the same time, because it is gonna feel like a bear. Like it's purgatory, basically. It's where the markets aren't doing anything, it's just slowly going up and people lose total interest. And so it is going to take like a couple of years, because we've already been actually bearish since November. We're going on like 7 months now. So if the bottom, in my opinion, is in September and we don't return fully bullish until 2023, yeah.
Yeah, I guess that does turn multi-year. It's crazy because it happens. It feels like forever, but it also happens fast.
It happens quick.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it does. And I think, because you know what? It's that hopium you hold on to, and you're like, maybe tomorrow.
Yeah. No. Last bear cycle, I mean, they get shorter as you get more involved, like each cycle. Like the 2013, 2014, and that bear cycle felt like it took for freaking ever. 2017, 2018, that cycle's bear, it felt shorter, but it still felt long. This one's feeling just like it's going by in a snap.
Yeah, I wonder if that's because you develop a patience and an understanding for it after a while.
Oh yeah. And then the bulls, they feel shorter too. It's crazy.
Yeah, which is unfortunate.
Yeah, it's unfortunate. Very unfortunate.
Yeah, for sure. So what's your strategy then during this time? Like, do you find diversification, an important aspect, or what do you do during bear?
Well, I'm basically all in crypto. So diversify, I should probably be diversifying my portfolio into, real estate, gold, silver, but I'm a crypto head through.
Even amongst crypto though, like what about diversification, like within your crypto portfolio?
Yeah, so I mean, I am a believer in the projects I talk in, so I mean, of course I take profits once in a while, but I buy to hold. So I mean, it's not the best strategy, because as altcoins get wrecked in bear cycles, it would be smarter to be in Bitcoin or Ethereum. But I have a feeling I know what I'm holding, and I'm, eventually it will rebound. And with America, taxes are just a pain in the ass to go in and out of assets. So I do diversify into a wide basket of altcoins and Bitcoin and Ethereum, of course, Polkadot right. as well, but is it the best strategy? It depends on where you live. If you're not an American and you can jump in and out without large tax, hits, jump in and out, get into Bitcoin and Ethereum and bears and get into altcoins and bulls,
Yeah, totally. Actually, I've done that thing before where I've, done the Google search, like, where has the least amount of taxes. Like, I feel like everyone's gone through that Google search. If you've been in crypto.
Oh yeah, there's Puerto Rico. If you live in the United States, you can get like 0% taxes if you move to Puerto Rico. And for Europeans, if you're European, Portugal, if you go to Portugal, you can get 0% crypto.
Yeah, we're all gonna be immigrating everywhere else now. In Canada, we have taxes too. So
speaking of taxes, this is just a side story I got to tell you. So I'm actually Canadian. I'm a goofy newfie. Oh. Yeah. If you didn't know that, my grandma is full Canadian, and she's from Newfoundland. She grew up there, born there.
I love that. Does she have an accent?
Oh yeah. So in Newfoundland, there's actually tax zones where you can actually go and build a house and not have to pay property taxes.
No way.
Yeah.
Because property tax where I am in Western Canada is a hot dollar.
Yeah, it's hot everywhere, pretty much in Canada. But in Newfoundland, they have, I forget what's the term for it, but you can literally build a house on the land and not pay property taxes.
All right, well, find me in Newfoundland.
They have a pretty funny accent. I've only visited them once. I went to Newfoundland when I was like 5 years old, so I barely remember it. But I do have some memories.
I loved it.
I really want to go back.
You should go back.
I want to take my grandma.
Yeah, all the way east. You should take your grandma.
I know.
Nice. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's beautiful there.
I have a large group of family up there.
Oh, you do? See, there you go. We have something in common. You're basically Canadian, right?
Yeah, basically.
But anyways, thank you for talking to me a little bit about some of the, bear and a little bit tougher things that we don't love to talk about, but we have to talk about. But on to some more positive talk. We'll flip the narrative a little bit for the end. So what do you have your eye on right now though? So what are your favorite projects in crypto land? And that could be, in .ksm, are you still bullish on EWT? I know that was a big one for you for a while there.
Yeah, so Energy Web Token, I'm actually doing a research piece on EWT. Probably going to post a video on Tuesday of next week. A little leak alpha for your viewers if you post it before then. Yeah, Energy Web is one of those teams that's building, and that's what they have done since their inception. They don't shill, they don't push their, project in your face. They don't hire shill armies, they have some pretty interesting stuff going on. And I mean, I'll tell you guys that pretty much Energy Web is working with the US government White House right now. And there's probably going to be some energy tracking done in collaboration with the White House.
Boom! Chico's just dropping mad alpha on the Riri show.
Oh yeah, no, it's gonna be, so tune in for that video on Tuesday. It's gonna be sick. I'm finding some good stuff. But no, in the .ksm ecosystem, I'm really bullish on a few projects. Moonriver, Moonbeam, I mean, bringing over the EVM, over to Polkadot, bringing some of the large DeFi apps, NFT infrastructure over is going to be massive. I mean, there's no doubt that Moon River and Moonbeam are the leaders in that space. Centrifuge, they are amazing. Basically bringing real world assets onto the blockchain. Consumer loans, real estate, corporate loans, fintech debt financing, invoices. I mean, the list goes on. And they're doing it through NFTs as well, which is pretty cool because they're making the use case for NFTs not just be JPEGs, you know, they're actually turning invoices into an NFT. They're turning, you know, loans into NFTs. So Centrifuge is massive, and they just announced actually a partnership with one of the leading Swiss fintech firms in the crypto space, Bitcoin Swiss AG. So yeah, big stuff going on with them. Another underrated one is actually Robonomics.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, Robonomics is focused on like decentralized IoT infrastructure. And the reason I like Robonomics is they've been building with crypto since 2015, early days of Gavin Wood with Ethereum. They started building. They started with Ethereum and then followed Gavin over to Polkadot and Kusama ecosystem. So they're very, very bright and talented people. But of course, you know, sometimes the tech guys don't have the best marketing, you know.
Well, that's okay. I'll reach out to Robonomics, have them on the Riri show. We'll get going with the marketing.
Yeah, no, they're great. They're great. Of course, in the NFT P2E space, Play to Earn, Moonsama, very bullish on Moonsama. That one explains itself. I'm sure a lot of your viewers know.
Yeah.
And another
all feeling good during this
bear, yeah. Another one which is not actually a coin but is like a venture studio. They're building out multiple things. They don't have a coin yet. They might eventually, but it's Super Colony.
Okay, yeah.
And they're really focusing on WASM smart contracts, you know, which is, in my opinion, you know, the next Solidity. You know, it's bringing all the other languages that traditional programmers know into the blockchain ecosystem. So
absolutely. Actually, I was talking to in my Women in Crypto group. I have a couple of ladies in there that were helping out with the WASM conference. So we were in communication.
Oh, no way.
Yeah, it was awesome. And I did get to tune in for a little bit. I missed some of it, but I did get to tune in, and really well organized event. Really well done. Very, very professional, very informative. So hopefully if they ever do another one, I would highly suggest to anyone watching this video to jump in there, because it was really awesome. I really enjoyed it.
Nice. But outside of, you know, the .ksm ecosystem, one I really would like to see jump into the .ksm ecosystem, but I don't know if they need it, is Pocket Network.
Pocket, right? Yes,
yes.
I actually believe this came up when I was on your live show.
Yeah, so Pocket is our decentralized RPC infrastructure, remote procedure calls, basically how the blockchain talks to, you know, applications, you know, MetaMask and stuff. As of right now, most RPCs are through centralized servers. But I don't know if Polkadot, maybe they do RPCs through the nodes. I just don't know. So maybe that Polkadot doesn't need it, but I'm really bullish on Pocket Network outside.
Well, their names would fit well together. It could be.
Yeah, I know. Polkadot, perfect.
See?
You should be a namer.
I should be a namer.
Yeah.
Is that a job?
Yeah, it is.
Can it be?
Oh, no, I'm sure it is.
You know what? Anything's a job these days, okay? You know what? Whatever.
Well, we both have like the best names in the crypto space. Riri Gone Wild. That's an amazing name. Chico Crypto.
So Chico Wood, or I keep calling you Chico. I know your name's Tyler, but I love calling you Chico because I've been calling you Chico.
It's my second name. It's almost becoming my first name.
Would you ever attend a Polkadot Decoded event, or have you ever?
Oh, what? No, I'm going to Polkadot Decoded. Yes.
You are?
Yes, I am.
Which one?
I'm going to Berlin.
You're going to Berlin.
Yeah,
I am
booked my ticket 2 days ago. I'm going to be going, hopefully getting an interview with Gavin Wood, speaking with a lot of projects. I'm bringing my cameraman with me, so we're going to be able to create awesome content while I'm there.
How fast do I need to learn how to film to be your cameraman? I want to come.
It's pretty easy, actually.
I got a phone. I got a phone.
Yeah, no, all you need is an iPhone. That's actually when I do outdoor content. I used to bring my studio camera with me. Now I just bring the iPhone because it looks almost just as good.
Wait, the quality looks actually pretty spot on for that. I would love to go to Decoded. I've been kind of procrastinating, figuring out if
you should go to Berlin.
Hey, maybe I should go to Berlin.
Do it. Book a flight.
It's coming up soon, though, is it not?
Yeah, it's June 29th and 30th.
Ah, that's right after my birthday.
Oh, no way.
Birthday trip, yeah.
How old are you turning?
Oh my gosh. Okay, I will tell you guys, I'm turning 32. I'm proud of it. But I'm growing up. Yeah. I am another year older.
I wouldn't have guessed that. I would have guessed like 28.
Really? Oh, that makes me so happy. You know, I am in my 30s. I'm flying through.
Guess how old I am.
27.
33.
Look at us shining bright light.
You're the baby. You're the baby of the conversation.
We're babies. I love that. Good. Well, I love that about us. So Chico, when we are finally done then with this bear state and when the market recovers, do you see Polkadot maybe making a run further up the top of the top cryptos list?
Oh yeah. I have a feeling we're going to see a big shift of the top 10 next bull cycle, even before the bull cycle, in my opinion. Polkadot is going to probably shoot into the number 3 spot. There's no doubt about it. The ecosystems they're going to build once Moonbeam, Moon River get going, it's just going to be evident that a lot of these DApps are going to, not go to Cardano. Cardano, they can't even have them right now. They're not going to go to Solana. It keeps breaking. I mean, people are going to want to use something that doesn't break, and Polkadot doesn't go down.
Yeah.
I mean, all other blockchains, they struggle. I mean, even like Binance Smart Chain, it struggles to keep up with demand. Polkadot was created, by Gavin Wood for 4 years. I mean, he thought this through, they've thought it through, and in my opinion, Polkadot will be number 3 next bull cycle, even before it.
Totally. That's so funny because I just made a tweet, I think yesterday, that said something like, my friends are anonymous and my religion is Gavin Wood.
Mamacita.
Mamacita. Yeah, mamacita. Totally. And I know this was a while ago now, but what was it like interviewing Gavin Wood? I mean, that would be a dream of mine to even meet the guy. So
it was intense. I went with my buddy Mark, and he knows Gavin, and we were out at lunch with one of Mark's other friends, and we're just having, sushi. And then Mark's on his phone, and he turns to me and he goes, "You're interviewing Gavin in 15 minutes. And I'm like, what? I was not prepared at all. Luckily I had my camera gear with me. I'm like, all right, like, where are we doing it? So we ran back to the conference, which was mainnet, and we go into the press room, and Gavin is being interviewed by, like CoinDesk, Cointelegraph, and he has like this, he looks kind of angry, like he didn't notice me yet. And you could just see, like, he was just like, and then Mark, once he was done, tapped him on the shoulder and told him he has another interview. And he went, and he turned around and he saw it was me, and he was like, "Oh, Chico Crypto." And that basically made me just like all the nerves go away, because I was kind of like, I was seeing how he was like kind of irritated, because I'm sure he's doing it all day,
Yeah, totally. So, he's probably busy.
But yeah, he was like, "Oh, Chico Crypto," and he knew my name, and that just blew me away. I was like, what? Gavin Wood knows who I am?
Oh, that would just make your whole like heart flutter. I think I'd get more nervous, to be honest.
No, it calmed me down, and yeah, the interview went super smooth. Like, I didn't have my cameraman with me. I'm not a camera person. I had to set it all up myself, make sure the audio was recording. Like, I was nervous that was going to screw up, but flawless.
You did fantastic. Like,
flawless victory.
Yeah. I mean, I don't think anybody doubts that you ever, would do fantastic, but you did. It was smooth. It was wonderful to see. And it was just nice to see you two in the same screen. It made me happy. So that was.
And I got him basically to leak that they were launching parachains before anyone else knew. That was cool.
Yeah, that was cool. Actually, I remember that part. Yes. And he even was a little, had a little laugh and like, I don't know what I can say here,
There,
but
yep. But
yeah,
I got him to say it without saying it.
exactly. Well, hey, that's why you're good at what you do. And that's why we all appreciate you so much. And I mean,
So
sorry,
hopefully I'll get another interview with him at Decoded. I'm praying. So
you know what? If anyone can do it, it's you. And I don't doubt you. So
thank you.
yes, I think it's all in your favor. And I think we already know too, the Polkadot community absolutely loves you. They get really excited when I say I get to talk to Chico. And I know everyone's been on you like crazy about Carnage. I'm sure that's frustrating. Our community's been just all over you about it. But it was so much fun seeing you in Carnage. So much fun.
It was fun, actually. I had a lot of fun.
That was my question. Did you have a good time, and will we see you there again?
Oh yeah, no, for the first, 15 minutes, I was frustrated because I didn't have any friends, and I was just running around by myself and I didn't know what to do. I was just like, I was just learning as I went, what button to press, figure this out. Oh, I got to craft a table to get this, but once I found some friends, Flog was in there, Mark, my buddy, Gavin's friend, he was hanging around with us, as well as Crypto May. They protected me, but I was kind of frustrated. I got killed at the last minute.
Yeah, I think anybody is. And you know what?
No, but it was still so much fun.
So fun, but that's part of the journey. I mean, when I started, I was so frustrated. I couldn't do anything at all, but you learn, and it's actually really funny because Fog's incredible. People are afraid of him. Like he is up here. Like,
yeah, no, it was fun. Like following him, he'd just kill people and then let me take what the stuff he killed, like all the resources.
Yeah, he kills people with like a flick. It's like, yeah. I don't understand how it happens, but he's really good at that. And Crypto May is a lovely little lady, so I love her very much.
Yeah, she protected me for a good while too, but then we both died at the very end. Yeah, by the same person.
Yeah, sometimes it says on the screen, my favorite is when there's like 2 minutes left before Carnage is up, and it says this person's slain by Donnie Big Bags, and it's like 2 minutes till the timer goes off, and I'm like, ooh, rough.
Oh, that sucks. Yeah, the boss.
But it just makes you want to work harder, right? So
exactly.
Anyway. And what's really exciting about you actually having the Moon Sama is that you are also going to have Exo Samas, and I'm excited to see what Chico's new waifus, girlfriends look like.
Oh, I hope she's hot. I hope she's.
All of them are very attractive, and I think what's attractive about the Exo Samas, in my opinion, is just that they are all very confident, kind of badass individuals, and that's always fun to see, especially as a female out there in the community. So I like that.
Oh yeah, no, I'm excited to see my lovely anime girlfriend that's coming.
Yes, exactly. 100%. So I had a community question actually about this when we were talking, and it's a very simple question, but this is somebody in the Moon Sama community. And it was, have you heard of any other NFT projects that can attach multiple NFTs from different blockchains into one that make them change their looks and utilities, etc.? Have you ever heard of that?
No. I mean, literally Polkadot in the Kusama ecosystem is one of the first blockchains that's going to allow that. So it's, one of the first times we're going to see it done. And that's what's so crazy about Donnie and what he's doing is he's literally turned from a guy that, just ran, he even calls it like a shill channel.
Yeah, totally.
He went from a shill channel to an actual builder, and a strong builder at that. And I cannot, praise Donnie enough. It's amazing to see.
Yeah, totally. Well, thank you for answering that question. And actually the last thing I just really, before we end anything, I really just have to mention this. You did an incredible expose on Tether, crypto, cartel, some incredible research there. So props on that. How long does an episode like that take you? And your viewers had some great feedback, and we're happy you were kind of, in quotations, bringing the heat. Like,
yeah, going back to my roots. So
yeah.
when I 2017, 2018, I was really into the deep investigative expose, type content. I was talking with you before this about VeChain, I did those videos. Normally a video like that only takes me, I do it in 24 hours, I do all the research, get it edited within 24 hours. But that video, actually, I took 48 hours on. So 2 days.
So it was extra. It was extra.
Yes. Yeah. So I took a little bit more time on that. And a lot of people are probably going to say, you should do that more often, take more time, which I might do, I am going to be going back to my roots here and doing some investigations, exposes, because it goes deep, the Tether stuff. It goes deeper than anyone realizes. And I was actually telling you, I have a video that I'm not gonna ever release. It's called My Kill Switch, and it's on Tether. And I don't want to even let you guys know, but it goes way harder than that video.
Yeah, don't let them know. We need to keep
Chico. No, it needs to be a secret.
It needs to be a secret. Yeah.
I have my friends, multiple people that have the video, and if I go missing, it's getting released.
Yeah, 100%. And let's put this on the record so I'm safe. He never really told me anything. I know nothing about anything.
No, you don't. No.
But yes, absolutely. And I think, it's nice to see your fans. I think what I love when I pop into, your YouTube channel and read the comments is you've had these fans that have really been around for, fans and friends. I mean, you're so interactive with your community, but they've really been around for a long time. So they've seen you kind of go through all these changes and, forward and back, but they all seemed pretty excited that expose Tyler was coming back to the.
Yeah. No, I have a pretty solid community, the Chico Army. A lot of people I recognize, daily, in the comments on YouTube. I recognize them on Twitter, and I recognize them on Telegram,
Well, what's fun actually is when I was on your live, I've actually, there were so many amazing community members. And of course, somebody like me coming onto your show, it was an honor to be on your show to begin with, but the community was so receptive and so kind. And actually some of them I even still are around on my side. So I thought that was really sweet as well.
Oh, no way. That's awesome.
Yeah. Just the odd one, but it was nice. Yeah. So you've really built kind of a really special community around you, which says a lot about your character.
Yeah. I hope the community expands. I really want to grow the Chico Army, not into the largest, community in crypto. I don't need that. I just want to have the best community. And I feel like the Chico Army is one of the best in the space.
Yeah. Quality over quantity, right?
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
That's why, yeah, I don't know. I want to say that's why, with what you've done, but I feel like you're doing quality and quantity, which I think is that's a whole other, you're like a superhero. I don't know how you do it.
Not a superhero. I'm just Chico Crypto.
The superhero.
You are too. Superwoman.
I'm working on it, right? I'm not going to get up and show this outfit off, but it is a full leotard one piece. And I feel like it feels very superhero-y.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So then that made me feel a little stronger and more like a superhero today. So
you remind me more of a Catwoman though than
a Superman. Come on. You can't see my
the guns. No, I like Batman and Catwoman better than Superman.
Yeah. I like Catwoman too. She's cool. So my last closing off is what's next for Chico? I know you kind of mentioned you were doing some expose. Anything new in your world or any plans for the future? What are your goals moving forward?
Well, yeah, no, I have a crazy idea going down here soon. It's going to be one of the first decentralized community-based tattoos. I don't want to spill too much information on it because I don't want it to get stolen. But yeah, it's where community members are going to be able to put images on me.
What?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And I'm doing it in a decentralized manner. You want to get
jumping on this?
You want to get Riri? on my back.
Oh, you know, I'm going to be in your community like like a hot damn, just waiting for this to happen. That's hilarious.
Yep, it's gonna be pretty large too. Like it's gonna take up probably half my back.
That's crazy.
Or a quarter of my back, yeah, quarter.
So wow, that's nuts. Why? You just like on to the next thing. I guess life needs to be exciting always for Tyler, right?
Oh yeah. It's gonna be amazing. Like it's gonna blow people's minds. I'm gonna integrate it with NFTs. There's gonna be a t-shirt. Yeah. It's going to the moon.
Yeah. Oh, Riri's
literally, it's going to the moon.
Oh, okay.
Oh yeah.
Oh, some tea. Okay, I like this. Well, I'm really excited to see what's up your sleeve. And you, I came into this interview kind of already knowing what I wanted to talk about. You've left me on the edge of my seat. So I have notifications on for you already, and I can't wait to see what you do.
Well, I can't wait to have your name on my back.
Literally, I will do anything. That will be my profile picture. I would do. That would be so funny. Well, I appreciate you coming on the show, Tyler. I know you're a very busy person, and it's always, as usual, really nice to talk to you. I love conversing with you. So much fun.
Yeah, me too, Riri. I can't wait to have you on the channel too here soon, a live stream again. That was super fun. We should play I should do a Sunday live stream, so we could play some Carnage.
Oh, that would be fun. Yeah, Sunday. And Sundays, I allow myself to have a mimosa very early in the morning. So,
oh yeah, so you'll be a little loose.
It works for Carnage, actually, to tell you the truth.
Oh, really? I'm gonna have to take that advice.
It's good advice. Awesome. Well, thank you for coming, and I appreciate everything, and we'll catch you next time.
All right. See ya.